I think he made second team. Yeah, I think he made second team.
Curry wasn't even close.
But again, like they're saying that Steph Curry is a top 5 defender, and also yeah, and like and when somebody mentioned DeJounte Murray, like they laughed at it. Like it was on a Twitter space. Like I'll link it. I'll link it.
I'm trying to.
Dude, you should have seen
Oh
it.
no, he made one in 2017. Oh, so he didn't even make it this year. I think he was a great. I mean, he was a good defender this year. I mean, that doesn't mean he wasn't a good defender. I thought he was one of the better defenders. Wait, so what were the all defensive teams this year? Hold on.
All defensive teams this year. For the first team, it was Jaren Jackson Jr. I know you're not gonna like this. I think it was Rudy Gobert.
It was Rudy Gobert,
And
Jaren.
Mikal Bridges get in.
Oh yeah, Mikal Bridges. Yeah, I think he did get in. Yeah. Even though Mikal can't stop a fucking star to save his life, even though he's supposed to be known as a great defender.
He is a great defender.
No. I know he's a great defender, but like Mikal Bridges just can't do anything against like elite level talent.
Who's the elite level talent?
Paul George.
Who can stop Paul George?
I was about to say, like, why are we acting?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he has to stop him. I'm saying that he has to like bother them. But like,
Who?
he can never bother them.
So give me the defender that's doing that. Give me the defender that's bothering Paul George every time they face up. Give me the
When I've
defender
seen
stopping
it,
Paul George.
Marcus Smart has shown that he could really like bother Paul George. Jimmy Butler has shown that. I know Jimmy Butler. Like he's shown that he could bother Paul George, like throughout the times. And then also like wait, who else? Somebody like in the off ball coverage, like Giannis has shown that he could do that.
I've seen Mikal bother stars though. I've seen Mikal bother elites.
I feel
Didn't
like
he,
outside of
Curry in the game before, like
I was gonna say like outside of like the Steph Curry
Didn't
game.
Curry play like shit against him?
Outside of the Steph Curry game, like I'm not taking away from the Steph Curry game because like he did amazing. Props to him for that. But outside of the Stephen Curry game, like I feel like you know, in a sense, when it comes to like him being like an overall like just one-on-one defender that's like a stopper, he gets overrated.
I don't think so, bro.
Okay,
Like,
so no, whoa. But I'm trying to figure out if you're using the point of stopping the elites. I mean, if you just named niggas to stop one elite, I named one elite that Mikal, not even stopping, bothers, like you said. I give you one elite that Mikal shown he can bother. Give me another elite player that Jimmy Butler is just out here bothering, or that I've watched Marcus Smart guard Giannis. I know Marcus Smart's a great defender. I'm not saying that, but who else are these guys bothering? If you're talking about the elites, it's very rare to find guys that can throw off the elites. That's not a common thing. I'm not going to say Mikal, he's an overrated defender. He's not. Mikal's a great defender.
Yeah, and I get that, but I'm saying more so like in the sense like when people say that like Mikal Bridges is like a top 3 defender in the league. That's why. Like I don't believe that like he's like in that tier, and like people like are pushing that kind of like agenda that he is like a top 3 defender, but I don't like one of the biggest things in order to be like one of the best like a top 3 defender is like you got to be able to like pretty much just be like flawless defensively, and I feel like that's like one of like that can be a big deficiency. But if you want me to name people like or like somebody that's Jimmy Butler stopped, like he did a really good job on Trae Young. Like Jimmy Butler did a very good job on Trae Young, like when he was like matched up with him, like in the first round. And I know that like the Atlanta Hawks were like down people and all that kind of stuff, and like everybody else was selling like around Trae Young, but still like Jimmy Butler one on one and just as a team defender did really well against Trae Young.
But the Heat have a great defense for any guard. Like they're literally the toughest team for any guard to play. Every guard in the NBA struggles against the Heat as a team. That's not just Jimmy. Now Jimmy he adds to that, but that's just what the Heat are known for. They're known for being tough to stop guards. And that's not a Jimmy thing because the Timberwolves, the Sixers, and the Bulls definitely weren't one of the hardest teams just for any guard to play. That wasn't the case there. So this is a specific thing with the Heat. So that's not just Jimmy.
Yeah,
that's
he got Bam who can switch on the
guards. You actually know what's funny? The Timberwolves actually gave Jaws so many fits in the first round. Like they were getting on his ass. Like
yes, this Timberwolves team, not that. This Timberwolves team is not the Timberwolves team Jimmy Butler was on. So
totally you're talking about the Jimmy Butler team? Oh my bad.
Yes, I'm talking about Jimmy Butler teams.
My bad.
I'm just saying with Jimmy Butler, if Jimmy Butler is the constant, the teams that he's been on have not constantly been tough for guards. It's just this Heat team.
Yeah, but also like It's because Jimmy Butler mainly like when he was on like the Timberwolves and when he was on the Bulls, like in some ways like he was more so like a wing kind of guy. Like he would play point of attack, but like he was mainly like a wing guy. He wouldn't necessarily like go check guards like full time and just like get them. But like from what I've seen like in the Atlanta Hawks series, I feel like he did a really good job. And like again, like I get like the instance of having like of Miami being a really good defensive team, but also like around Mikal Bridges, Phoenix is a very good defensive team as well. Like I'm not saying that Devin Booker is like the best like defender or whatever, but he's an improved defender. Chris Paul is not a negative defender. He's either like a neutral or like a slight positive. And then DeAndre Ayton has shown that he's a really good defender this year.
And then they got Bismack and JaVale McGee and Cam Johnson. They got a good fucking unit around them, bro.
Yeah, they got a really good defensive unit, like that Mikal Bridges can also like help with, and then also like, and I was gonna mention the coach thing, but then also Miami has Eric Spoelstra, so like the coach is like cancels out Monty Williams, Eric Spoelstra, but you know what I mean, like Mikal Bridges also has a really good defensive team around him too.
I mean, but I'm not. I mean, okay, so you got to say this argument for the niggas that are overrating Mikal because I've never said he was a top 3 defender. I don't think anyone in here said that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I agree or disagree. I just don't care. So this argument ain't for me because I'm not about to sit here and be 10 toes on Mikal Bridges for like 50 minutes. I don't care enough. I didn't want to start talking about basketball to get harped on about who's a better defender between Mikal, Marcus, and PG. Like not PG, but Jimmy Butler. I really don't want to sit here and talk about Jimmy Butler because I don't got nothing nice to say. So unless niggas want to listen to me talk about him like he's fucking Damian Lillard, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not talking about Jimmy.
You really got to slander Dame like that? Come on, Domo.
Bro, Dame's a loser. Like, we don't even got to get into this. Dame's a loser. Dame is a loser.
I can't even go against it.
You can't, because he is. He's a bona fide loser. He is. There's no getting around it.
Dame's biggest highlight is waving goodbye to another loser.
Look, hey, man.
That's tough.
Hey, but they were losers, though. They lost the game.
Nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. If all it takes to get on the top 75 team for the NBA is to be Damian Lillard, it's crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That type of hunt. Listen, in the next 25 years, that list's about to go crazy. There's about to be so many niggas on that. They gonna put Kukoc on the list if that's the case.
Kukoc.
If you putting Dame on the list, you putting a lot of niggas on this list, bro.
Remember when niggas were saying that T-Mac should have made it over Dame?
Jamal Crawford might be on this list. No cap. In 25 years?
And one
Vince Carter over Dame. What the fuck?
Eric Vince is definitely going to get on it. If Dame's on it now.
Oh, no, Vince is a bigger loser than Dame.
Nigga, half the fucking players, the All-Stars from the 2000s are losers.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
T-Mac
is a loser.
Vince Carter.
Didn't he win a chip with San Antonio?
AI.
No,
bro, you know
the year he went there, they lost.
Bro, you know that shit don't count. Even if they won, that shit don't count.
Nah, that would have counted. That'd counted.
Bro, T-Mac only played like 2 minutes a game.
I got. Bro, they really hold my man's Kyrie.
It would have counted more than Durant's ring.
They hold my man's Kyrie. They literally took him off the list. They kept Karl Malone on, so I don't want to hear it, bro.
Nigga, Kyrie is a loser.
Why do y'all, bro, I ain't gonna lie. No. Because y'all little niggas is blowing me. Bruh, y'all do realize when they judge basketball players, this ain't baseball. Like, they judge them based off what they did in basketball. So all you niggas that are harped on this, oh my God, she was 13. Nigga, everyone knows. She wasn't 13 on the court. Like, I don't know. There were no 13-year-olds on the court. I ain't gonna lie to you.
13 on the court.
Last time I checked, there was grown men on the court, not 13-year-olds. So he is being judged by his performance against other adults. All right, ain't no kids involved. While Karl Malone is in the Hall of Fame, while Karl Malone is still second all time in scoring, while Karl Malone is still on the best team of all time list, bro. You niggas, and Christian, it's not just you. It's everyone that's your age. You little niggas, y'all just ignorant. All right.
No, I invite that nigga to invest though. They invited him to so much shit that he don't even have to be at.
Here's the thing. Karl Malone, like I'm saying this, just as a basketball player, sadly he was him. He actually was him. Like he was an elite mid-range shooter, probably the best like floor runner in NBA history in the fast break. That dude was cold.
He was a great individual player. He was an all-time top 5,
Can be a ball
hands
hog,
down
But
power
he was a
forward all
loser.
time.
He was a loser though.
Oh
He
yeah,
never
facts.
really
He was
Yeah,
won.
he
also
was
a
a loser.
playoff choker.
He was a loser. He
What are you
played in one of
talking
the
about
biggest
that?
losing systems of all time. Because John Stockton's a loser, but no one wants to talk about the big correlation between those big ass losers, bro. There's no way you're telling me the nigga that got the most assists all time just so happened to play his whole career with the nigga that got the second most points of all time, and you niggas weren't able to do anything, and y'all gonna blame the ball headed menace? Fuck out of here, you niggas is
Yeah,
losers.
Damo, you know what's
Nigga,
crazy?
all true point guards are fucking losers.
Bro,
Every single one.
Bro, y'all know what's
Magic?
crazy?
I'm not
So,
saying Magic ain't no fucking loser.
Magic's an
Yeah, I mean,
anomaly.
he's like 6'9". I mean, like
He's still a
niggas.
point guard.
I know he's like, bro. I hate when
Only
people do
outlier.
that.
Only outlier. How about
Bro, I
that?
hate when people do that shit. They're like, oh, he's taller, so
I
he's not a
mean,
point guard.
Is Isaiah Thomas
Wait,
not a
yo,
true
wait.
point?
I say
Nigga, if he played in 2022, he would be a point forward.
Wait, Damo,
Isaiah
real quick.
Thomas?
Isaiah
Can I say something real
Thomas.
quick?
No. He's talking about Magic.
No, Magic would still be the point guard.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro?
Damo.
He ran Showtime for a reason. He's not Draymond Green, bro. He's a true point guard.
Hey,
Hey
can
man,
I
wait,
just go real
That
quick?
nigga is
Draymond
not
Green
Ben
with a halo?
Simmons, bro. That nigga's an actual point guard. He's not Ben Simmons.
Okay.
He can't shoot like Ben
And
Simmons.
also
though.
Magic at least had scoring aggression, unlike Ben Simmons. Like Magic.
Oh,
at
Magic
least,
will go get a bucket. If Magic needed to get a bucket, he'll get a bucket. He was like
and,
a 6'9" Chris Paul, just
dude,
way
and
more
he had a
flashy.
jumper. And he had a jumper.
And a winner.
Like
Yeah,
Magic.
two
How
points.
about
One is
every
rookie
true
year.
point guard in the last 30 years is a fucking loser? How about
I'm about
that?
to say now
And
you
get
really
in
got me thinking.
prostitution
True
pussy.
point guards.
The problem isn't
Rondo.
true
Rondo's
point
not a
guard.
loser. What are you
It's
talking
not
about?
true
Rondo's
point
not a
guard.
loser.
Nigga,
That's the
Rondo
league
was on that
dominated by
2000.
wings.
He had 1 year where he was like that was his second year in the league, playing alongside 3 glorified Hall of Famers.
And
He was
and
still
one
a
of the
true
best.
point guard. What does that have to do with him?
And
Rondo's
also,
still
by
a
the
winner.
way,
What are
by the way,
y'all trying to
one of the-
discredit Rondo for being on a great team?
And that's one of the best defensive teams.
No,
in
I'm
NBA
saying that
history.
I think
Tony
like-
Parker.
Facts. Like, what are we talking about?
Tony Parker was not a true point guard.
Yes, he was.
What?
That
Yeah.
nigga
Bro,
was basically a slasher.
In some years, slasher. Like I mean, in some years, like you can kind of see it. I can see it as a true point guard. Okay.
How about when they
He's a
beat
true
the
point
team?
guard.
he was the catalyst for a team that's literally known for the
Bro,
most ball
that
movement
nigga
ever.
never took over 3 3-pointers a game.
Like I'll say this: when
He
Greg
maxed
Popovich,
out shooting his career high in field goal attempts is 17 and a half, and that was 1 year. He only got close to that again. Never. The closest he's been to 17 and a half was 15, which was the year before. And other than that, it's constantly 14 and 13 and sub that. There's no
Was he
way
ever
you're
the best
telling
player
me
on the team?
bro, no.
Tony Parker. You said what happened?
So was he ever the best player on the
That
team?
wasn't your
You need to
criteria.
be-
That's not
wait,
what you
you
said.
need to
You
be
said
the
in the
best player on the
last
team to
30
be a true
years,
point guard.
every true point guard has been a loser. That's you. You didn't say every number one option true point guard. You didn't say every true point
All right,
guard.
then I'm
has
revising
the
my
first
statement.
scoring option. You ain't say none of that. You just said every true point guard, which is a bona fide lie. That's not true.
Bona fide lie.
For every winner, you can say I can name 5 losers. How about that?
Hold on.
I mean, if you want to say that, then that's fine. But again, saying every true point guard in the last 30 years that started has been a loser is not true. That's not
Damo,
true.
Damo, real quick. No, real quick, because let me just say this. First of all, he's trying to just diss Chris Paul. Just say that shit, bro. Like, just cut the
Actually,
shit.
I'm not. I think they all lose. From Jason Kidd to Steve Nash.
Jason Kidd's not a loser.
He won once out of his prime.
How
And the
can you
fucking
not
Dallas
even-
Mavericks
Time out,
bench
time out.
ride him. I don't want to hear it.
Wait. Because there's been plenty of scoring guards. There's been plenty of whatever kind of else guards. There's never even sniffed the fucking finals. And he got to the finals in his prime. So
Twice.
even then,
And what
we're
happened?
talking-
He
His
went up
first
against
year
a dynasty.
came when the
got there.
second best player on the team was fucking injured.
He went against Kobe and Shaq. What do you want him to do?
And then he went
I don't
against
know
the
what you want him to
Spurs.
say. I don't know what you want him to do.
Bro?
What do you like?
Not get swept.
Not get.
It's Kobe and Shaq.
Bro, it is
And
easy.
it's
It's easier said than done.
Nigga, the Spurs put up nigga, the Sacramento Kings put up a better fight.
The Spurs are a better team than the Nets.
Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, you
Oh,
can't.
no.
You really can't name a bunch of other people on that team. You really can't. From the
The Spurs are a better team than the Nets. AI is he's just a greater player, and that team was built very strong defensively, so they could take a game away from Kobe and Shaq versus the Nets who couldn't. Like,
Bro.
if you're going to sit here and say, "Oh, bro, you got swept by two of the greatest players to ever play the fucking game," well, boo-hoo, nigga. I'm gonna tell you, still won down the line. He was still a pivotal piece in that 2011 team winning. He started. He was their starting point guard.
At least he lost to a
true
winner.
point guard at that. He was a true
Like-
point guard starting at the age of 107, and he won a championship.
Age of 107.
What's the problem?
No. Also, hold on, Damo, real quick. Also, that New Jersey Nets team were not in the fucking playoffs the year before he even got there, and he got them to the finals his first fucking year. Then
Nigga, the fucking dog,
Whoa,
the fucking Suns weren't in the playoffs before Steve Nash got there.
He was.
Let me tell you how that turned out.
No. Because again, niggas kill me with this revisionist history shit. This is crazy. Jason Kidd was 37 years old in 2011. Do you know how many minutes he averaged in 2011?
Didn't he average like 25?
33.
Oh, damn.
He was a true point guard past his prime, starting on a championship team and won. 8 assists to 2 turnover ratio, and 30 gave you 8 and 8 and 37 with a 2 fucking turnover difference, with averaging 2 turnovers a game at 37 on that Mavs team to win a championship. You're telling me he wasn't a pivotal piece, even if he wasn't the main option. He was a true point guard playing valuable minutes on a championship team.
I've never said that he wasn't a pivotal piece.
So that can't.
You called him a loser.
Yes.
That's what
Nigga, if that fucking OKC Thunder team had ended up actually not stinking it up in 2 of those games that they could have won, would you be calling Russell Westbrook a loser?
Fifth, I'll be drunk.
I'm talking about them as the main options of a fucking
He's
team.
a Russ fan.
I don't give a fuck about Russell Westbrook.
If Russell
I think that nigga's a loser too.
No, I'll answer your question. If Russell Westbrook played very well in that Heat series, if they would have won, literally, barring them not making the playoffs the next year, I would have to say Russ is a winner or was a winner at one time. At the very least. I would have to. But he ain't. Because he didn't. So we're not living in a land of make-believe and hypothetical. Russ is still a fucking loser.
We're not in Narnia,
Donald? We're not talking about Russ. Because Russ not a true point guard. He's a true fucking loser. So we're not talking about Russ. So let's not talk about Russ. Because Russ ain't involved in this conversation. Russ ain't even thought of in this conversation.
The correlation is that they're all fucking losers.
No, hey, Damo.
No. Your example were true point guards that are losers, but you brought up the Russ thing because Russ is a known loser.
Russ
so
is not a true
way
point
back
guard.
then, obviously, we can't call him a loser. But he didn't. So we can. So it don't correlate.
You rather have
Jason
Russ
Kidd,
37-year-old
Jason Kidd showed he's a winner.
Jason Kidd at his best is the 3rd or 4th option on that team? What, behind Jason Terry?
What does that matter? The point
I'm talking that he didn't have that.
True point guard? What true point guard is the first option? What true point guard is the first option?
Exactly.
Name
the
guys.
Outside of the niggas from the fucking 80s, never has that ever worked. As the true option or the main option of a team, it has never worked.
No one said that a true point guard being your main option will work. I think we all know that doesn't work, but saying all true point guards in the last 30 years are losers is not true. That's what we're talking about. Stop changing the narrative
Just
or moving the goalposts so you don't seem wrong. Just admit you were wrong, and then we can talk about something else. And then we can go from there. But if you're not going to admit you're wrong about this, nigga, I will argue you to the grave about this because you're literally wrong. I'm looking at the statistics in my face right now that's proving you to be wrong. So again, if you want to sit there and change the narrative, change the topic a little bit, tweak it to fit a different narrative that you're saying so we can agree, we can do that. But we ain't moving nowhere until you admit, my name's AC, I was wrong. We ain't going nowhere until then because I argue to the ground. I ain't got shit to do.
No, and also like true point guards, a lot of times they're not even like number one scoring option.
They're not supposed to be the number one scorer.
Yeah, they're not.
That's the point guard. That's inclined with the fucking name true point guard. No true point guard should really be your number one option. That doesn't work.
Unless you want to consider LeBron like as a true point guard, then sure. But like that's about it.
Even he's still a better scorer than majority of those true point guards.
But that's what I'm saying.
But stop using the GOAT as the exception, bro.
Yeah.
Why is K?
I said if you.
Yeah, that's the same with Magic too. Though.
I said if you want to. I never said I do.
Will you admit that you're wrong?
I'll admit that I should have revised my statement a little bit and not said that all true point guards were losers. I should have specified that when I said that, I meant them as the main number one option of a basketball team.
Scoring option.
That is not the winning formula in order to win championships. Maybe regular season games, but not no fucking championship. I will admit that niggas can find success as the second, third, fourth, fifth option of a fucking basketball team. That shit works. But I will not concede that these fuck niggas cannot be the number one option on a basketball team.
Number one scoring option.
They're not supposed to
number
be
one
the
option
number
at
one.
all.
Nah.
They're not supposed to
Pride
be
is
the number
crazy.
one scoring option.
Pride is crazy, bro.
No, it's
There's
really
only
just
been
number
one person in the league history that's been the assist leader and the fucking score leader. No, you're not going to be getting 13, 14 fucking assists a season and getting 30. That doesn't happen.
But even then, like I know you're talking about Tiny Archibald. Like even then, like that was just like
No. He didn't do shit either.
no.
Can
Tiny
we just get
Archibald,
off this conversation? I think we all agree that this nigga is wrong type shit.
I came up here really just to say that if y'all still harping about Kyrie not being on the top 75, you're fucking dumb. The only person that should have been on that damn list is Dwight Howard. Okay? He had a way better career, way better accolades than fucking Kyrie Irving. Get off Kyrie dick. I don't give a fuck
First of all, no one is harping on the fact that Kyrie is not on the list and they're saying he should be on the list. What CJ was saying was Kyrie was on the list and they took him off. Like,
yeah, they took him off the
Kyrie
list.
would have got vaccinated, he would have been on the list. Like, that's where no one is saying, oh my God, Kyrie should have been on it before anybody. No, Kyrie was on the list and they took him off because he didn't get vaccinated and the nigga thought the earth was flat and the nigga wasn't playing ball because he was a part-time professional basketball player and said, you know what? We'd rather just take Damian Lillard. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, like
I don't know why. I don't know why Dame's on the list either. Because
no, when the list first came
bro,
out,
Dame was
right?
not a substitution.
When the
Come
list
on,
first
man.
came out, he was on the list. Like you could click on his name and it would pop up. But then, like a couple hours later, they completely when you clicked on his name, nothing popped up. Like the website just didn't exist.
Yeah, they took him off.
No, I understand that. No, but I'm just saying, like, since the list has came out and people have been, oh, he was taken off, he should be on the list. I already know Dame shouldn't be on the list. He hasn't done shit in his fucking career. I'm just saying, if you're going to argue for anyone being on that fucking list, it should be Dwight. It's just all I wanted to say.
Hell, I'd rather Draymond Green over fucking Damian.
No troll Draymond. Like,
yeah, I thought the Warriors' big three should have been on it personally.
Bro,
Yeah,
they did Klay Thompson dirty. They was Draymond. He was like my dog. He put it with the 76 jersey. That shit was comedy.
Hey, no, but Draymond should have made top 75. I ain't gonna lie.
Draymond is just as impactful as Dennis Rodman, bro.
Draymond should have made the list for sure.
I'm not saying all that.
I mean, I'm not mad at Kyrie.
Outside of the wise, it's hard to deny.
I mean, he also helps orchestrate the offense too. Like he's a very important.
I watched Kevon.
I think the one thing we don't
that's just overrated. His playmaking is overrated. I watch Bogut, Zaza, and fucking Kevon Looney throw the same passes he threw. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Wait, who? Who?
Draymond, bro. I watch bum ass big men throw the same passes. JaVale McGee threw the same passes, bro. Like, no. His passing overrated.
I mean, I'm
a big Draymond guy. I love Draymond. But watching, like, and it's crazy because Warrior fans in a season was saying this shit, and I just marked it up as jokes. But watching this nigga Kevon Looney, seriously, trade Draymond, no cap.
Trade Draymond.
I don't know about that.
Trade Draymond, bro. If
I've seen this nigga throw bounce passes to Predators,
get 5 fouls, 4 turnovers, and 3 points, nigga, fuck out of here. Like, if you about to sit here,
nigga, that was his worst thing in how long?
But Damo, it's because of the defense that he plays.
10 points?
Yeah, he do.
Bro, they're a great defensive team. You can find you an above average defender to put. They got Otto Porter playing defense, bro. Fuck out of here. I ain't trying to hear it.
Dog, in the regular season, the nigga was not looking like the team without him.
But Damo, before like
Draymond teaching that.
Before Draymond Green got
and
injured,
then you can find somebody else to teach it. Go hire Ben Wallace, nigga. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that's just overrated.
Come on, Damo. Bro, you know how impactful Draymond Green is as a defender.
Dog,
Like,
if they
Hey,
went and they
Damo,
got
I'm
Rick
dying
Mahorn,
on
if
this
they
hill.
went and
He's a
got Rick
hometown kid,
Mahorn,
bro.
Ben Wallace,
Dying on
and
this
Dennis
hill.
Rodman on their coaching staff as defensive advisories, they
You made me
defense would be
drop my
still
glove.
championship level, bro. I don't
You know
care what
Dennis
nobody
Rodman
No,
not
says.
gonna be in no fucking
bro,
coaching
having the
staff.
bad boy Pistons as your defensive advisory is some nasty shit.
Yeah,
That's
that
some
is crazy.
nasty shit.
A dirty
no,
team
real,
becomes dirtier. What do you mean?
Bro,
yeah,
If he
they,
real
come in the
talk.
lane, knock his head off.
Real talk though, Warriors need to figure out what they're gonna do for the future because I don't think they can have Curry, Thompson, Poole, Wiggins, Draymond, and Wiseman and Kaminga. I don't. I think
Hey
that
yo,
some
I
of those
think
guys got
Wiseman
no
to
gonna
cap.
go.
go.
This nigga Clay Thompson
Wiseman
is
gonna
some
go.
shit.
did you have to toss Wiseman in there? I ain't gonna lie.
I
Well,
ain't
who
gonna lie
knows?
to
In the
you.
Honestly,
future, I
They,
trade
think.
Clay
if
and
I'm
Draymond.
them, I
Fuck them.
trade Draymond and fucking Wiggins. If it comes to it, Draymond and Wiggins gotta go.
Clay and
That's
Wiggins.
all
I'd
their
say Clay and
defense.
No
Wiggins.
way you're
That's
saying
like all
Clay
their
and Wiggins. You're an
defense.
idiot.
Hell
Nah,
no,
bro.
All
nigga,
their defense.
you tripping, bro. You gotta trade
Draymond and
Draymond, bro. What
Wiggins.
the fuck?
Draymond is better than Clay. Like this year
I'll
as a player.
say Draymond and Wiseman. Draymond and Wiseman.
Draymond and
Clay ain't got
Wiseman.
no defense anymore in him.
Are y'all just discounting Moses Moody? Couldn't they trade him too?
He don't
Nigga,
have that much
nobody want
trade
Moses
value.
Moody,
He
He
bro.
got no
hasn't played
value.
enough to where like a team would actually be like interested.
Yeah, that's not gonna tip the scale on no trade.
Nigga,
Like
That's
that's the
not
Warriors
true.
version of
Niggas is
THT in the
saying this
first.
now, and then next year Moses Moody
Warriors
about to
version
average
of
like 13 points, and niggas, oh my god,
I'm
they
not
have
saying he can't
Moody.
be good, but I'm saying like right now he hasn't shown nothing to other
I'm
teams.
in a
Bro,
Moody mood.
he
Like, all
just
right,
didn't
I
the
hasn't
can
gotten
see
Knicks
it
minutes.
now,
trade?
bro.
Didn't the Knicks trade for Cam Reddish and he barely played?
Yeah,
True,
I really
true.
wish
That
they
is
He's
did
true.
gonna
something
hit a
good
three,
for
and they're
him.
gonna be
He
like,
actually,
"It's
No, that
Moody."
you are right about that. You are right about that. Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter how much somebody plays as long as they got the potential there, they're gonna trade for him.
wait,
Nah, but
side note, why the fuck did the Atlanta Hawks trade for Kevin Knox?
I don't know.
Because
Out
they're an
of all the
incompetent
niggas they could have got.
franchise.
Respect Fortnite legend Kevin Knox.
Alright, nigga.
Imagine
I don't
being
know about all that.
Nurkic.
That's a bit
Or he
extra.
got more
Alright,
rebounds.
nigga.
Yeah, like Cam Reddish didn't even play like that, and he still doesn't play. So it's crazy.
The Knicks just need a new coach, bro. Like Tom Thibodeau not cutting it, my nigga.
Bro,
Nigga,
he
they
just
need a new owner. They need a new front office.
I'm
bro.
They
not
need to
saying
do
y'all need a new
everything.
owner
Cam
before
Reddish is
anything, bro.
also
Yo,
the eighth
yo,
pick,
no,
and they
y'all
got
know
a
what the
heavily
Knicks,
protected first round for him. So
bro.
like,
Y'all know what Tom
kinda
Thibodeau thought
nah.
was a good strategy. He thought putting Alec Burks at the point guard was a good strategy.
I
Bro, that
mean,
Wasn't Derrick Rose hurt?
two whiskers on his head was a good
No,
he
no,
strategy.
no,
didn't really
but
have that many options.
Emmanuel quickly is still on the team. He just benched him.
And
Like
he ain't no point guard, cuz.
wait, no,
I
Hey
think
man, he
Tim
better
Quickly
than
played the
Kemba
two.
and Alec Burks.
bro, he is the point guard. It's just the issue is fucking Tibbs hates rookies, hates new guys, and he just loves old people. Like
Nah, he's
he's like
more of a
he's a
two
reverse
guard. I ain't
pedophile.
gonna lie.
A
The fact
reverse
that
pedophile is nasty.
bro, the
Like
fact that nigga Taj Gibson was getting more than 10 minutes a game is just like
They
you
were
see
playing
what
him
I
at the
mean?
one this. They played him at the one this season though. Alec Burke. I mean not Alec Burke. Emmanuel Quickly.
Emmanuel,
No, they
Yeah, they
did,
No,
played him
but
at
no,
the
he
one.
no.
was
They
coming off the
played him at the
bench.
one, but not for like a lot of minutes.
He was
It
coming
was
off the bench,
points.
and it was really Alec Burks that was like just calling plays and all this kind of shit, bro. When I was watching that shit, I had to turn off the TV. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I remember watching that fucking Lakers Knicks game. It actually looked like two dipshits fighting each other. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
And y'all would think from like that Lakers game that like, oh, Julius Randle was actually doing really good, dude. That was like one of the good games in like a plethora of bad games,
That's because that team don't play defense.
dude. And the team doesn't play defense, and it's because like one guy's big contribution to not being a fucking like effortful defender, and Julius Randle, like, oh my god, bro. Why did we give him that contract?
Julius Randle fell off. He had the highest peak and the lowest fall.
but what's the difference from this year and last year? Like why did he fall off like that?
Why? So
Because
Niggas
he
figured
could
him
only
out. The
go
league
left.
figured him out.
bro, yeah, teams figured him out like in that kind of way. Like he can only go left, and also this is another thing too. Last year, Julius Randle, he played the same as he always does. The only issue was all the dumbass shots that he took, they were actually going in. That's really the only difference.
He was
But there's no
literally
way that
just
was
getting
happening
lucky.
for a whole year though. Like
It was happening for a whole year.
Bro,
He
it
was
really
just
was.
getting lucky.
Dude, I'm
Nobody
telling
ever
you.
saw that. Nobody ever saw that highlight. And when he was in the corner, just throwing elbows, and then he just shot the three.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, he takes those
He
kind
did
of
that
stupid shots.
constantly.
Yeah, he does those stupid shots. It's just the difference was last year, like he was just on one. Like he was actually making shit. Bro, there's no way you go from like a 27% 3-point shooter to a 41% in 1 year. And now he's like back to like 30, like or some shit. I don't fucking know. I know
Maybe it's a
good.
mental thing. It could also be a mental thing because of the fact that the fans turned on him so quick. So he kind of turned himself off in terms of playing. But
and he's a dickhead, bro. Like he's like actually a dickhead, bro. Like, so one of the assistant coaches, like, there's like a video of it. Like he was trying to help Randle, like with a play. Like he was showing him on an iPad. This dude Randle tried to press him. Like it was like on video. Like he's
I
trying
know
to
what you're
press.
talking about, but it's just certain shit, bro. Like, I definitely don't think he, you know what I'm saying, reacted the right way. But, nigga, you having a bad game. You playing like shit. The last thing I want is the fucking
all right,
tertiary.
guys, if you can see the pick and roll on the off screen right here, I'd be like, shut the hell up, bro. I'm
saying,
not.
I'm like, nigga, on the court, I
Dude,
see
but
it.
like, no. But here's the thing, though. Like, you're like, I get that, like, you're playing like shit, and like, also it's gonna be frustrating and stuff. But like, if your assistant coach is trying to help you, and the first thing like you react with is like just trying to press him about it, bro. It's like, bro,
I mean,
build your.
you ever had a situation where like somebody's talking to you and it's just not helping?
Exactly. Like, let me ask you something. Have you ever
No,
played
I get that,
organized
but all.
basketball? Have you ever played like on a high school team before or college, anything?
Nigga, Cher don't play sports.
Okay, not like at
No,
the
it's not
highest.
even just about sports. It's just life in general. Some people
No,
just state obvious ass shit like, yeah,
no.
I know what they're doing, but I can't stop it. Like,
I'm just
No,
saying,
I
like in
feel you.
sports specifically, bro. Like, there's a certain coaches that will just try to talk to you like they're the fucking head coach, and like